Hi everybody, we are Buildings and Ground and Swine. I am Levi Bergmann. I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
Bret Wiggins, Derek from Weelden, and Jared Langel.
We'll start off with our Buildings and Grounds. Our main goal is to work with the manager, Greg, the farm operator, to ensure the improvement of the farms and ensure that this farm is kept up and maintained to the high standards that it has been. Our objectives to keep the condition of the farm and make improvements where they need to be made, find major issues and work so they get improved, keep in constant contact with the rest of the classroom to make sure all of our goals are being done and that you guys are aware of our progress. We went around and looked at some of the strengths we have here on the Agets 450 farm. If you look around, we have a lot of buildings and most of them are in fairly good shape. I think everything out here has steel on it except for the house, which is a really good thing. It's all good steel. Some of the new things on the south side of the new hog finisher, there's a new curtain put on just recently. And there also was a new grain bin, which was photoed here, put up in 08. And the classroom here is always kept in good, clean order. Some of the few weaknesses we have here on the Agets 450 farm is our grain leg out there, our glorified internet antenna, isn't it? That needs to be torn down. It's kind of an eyesore. We have an old fairing house that the foundation is left. That needs to be completely torn out, along with a couple vent pads. Another thing that we considered a weakness is that we do not have a dead shed to compost our hogs on this facility. And also we have a weed and a rat control problem that we are taking care of as we speak. And dead trees in the grove should be removed, and they actually were removed right before this presentation. And we also have a problem with the grove that is prone to flooding. It's in a low spot and it's killing off the trees whenever we have high amounts of rain. Here's just a picture of the dead trees. They're all gone. Our grain leg. And then there's a foundation for the old fairing house. We have to get that pumped out and then tore out.
Okay, some of our short-term goals. Like I said, clean up the weeds. We talked to Nick when we went around through the hog barns, and like Levi said, they put up that new curtain last spring.
I think so.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of weeds growing up on it. He said if you don't take care of those, it can wreck that curtain, so we're going to get on that. Control the rats. I think we have some bait boxes out in the shop, and we need to get those out. Clean up the shop. Another buildings, just sweeping the shop, that kind of stuff. The dead trees, we took care of those today. And the old fairing house, the cement that's left, we'd have to pump out. I stuck a stick in it the other day. There's like 4 foot in that needs pumped out yet. And then coal, and then we're going to use that old cement to burn creek crossing. Okay, some of our long-term goals. Like Levi said, a dead shed. We picked out a spot. It's going to be on the north side of the machine shed out back. We've kind of got some specs, talked to some people, and kind of drawn up plans on that. Re-roof the garage, that's kind of in the works. That'll be more probably next fall deal. And then maybe later on figure out what we can do in the grove over here so water doesn't sit there and kill the trees. In conclusion, we feel the farm is in good condition. We do need to address some issues to keep the farm in good working condition. And swine's up next. Derek and Jared will go over that. Oh yeah, questions?
That was just the questions now. No questions?
Oh, I'm sure I can come up with one. Just don't look at that.
Yeah, over here, what do you got?
Well, it's not really a question, just to let you know today, there's raccoons above the shop, the tool shop.
We heard
That
some
would
stuff
be
the other
good.
day, but we couldn't see anything.
Yeah, there's a bunch of baby raccoons.
That's
How come we didn't get them?
What's
How come we didn't get them?
I'm scared of them.
He's on the crops committee.
And then, another one I had was, what, you said it, but I just didn't catch it. What are you doing with the concrete out there?
We're actually going to take the concrete and they're going to build a driveway bridge I am not exactly sure on the specs or the location, so.
By crushing it up, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna crush it up and haul it off. I think down the road.
It's over at the East Vet Med. To
Yeah.
get back there, there's a little creek bridge we have to cross, but our equipment's so big now that we can't use it. So, we're currently have an easement agreement with the neighbor, but that's not a sure thing every year. So, we've already hauled some bin pads and stuff that we took out when we started tearing the Farron house down. And we got permission from the Vet Med and the DNR to put a creek crossing in. And we have an estimate from Ames Trenching to pull that out, and haul it over there and lay it in for the creek crossing and dig it out. I think totally it's what, $2,500?
Well, that was gonna be my next question. What's in the cash flow for that project?
It's already been approved. All we have to do is, call.
Yeah, we
When
need
the
a
ground's
day,
fit.
like a day ahead, get that pit pumped out and they're.
You're right, but
That's
that's a good sidestep to my question. Do you know what's in the cash flow though? Did you guys look at it?
No.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but
We were told that Springfester took care of it, so.
it is, but we don't know exactly what it is, if it's been adjusted in price or not, but.
Oh, okay. That's
I
something.
mean, that was one of the things that happened pretty late, but yeah, you guys can find it pretty quickly, so. But it has been approved, you're right.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm sure I have another one. Weed and rat problems seem to pop up every year as a couple of our major problems. And they're always short-term, because they're always an issue. Do you have any solutions or any ideas on how we can really take care of these problems? I mean, things are starting to get cleaned up around here, which certainly helps take care of some of the problems. That building going ought to help. Talk about the dead shed, compost facility. I mean, do you have anything that you might want to talk about and how we can really take care of this problem other than just
The main
short term?
thing with the rats is always keep constant bait out, and with rats you can get different kinds of bait, so that you got something new. And then also keep stuff picked up, like the burn pile out there. That's a place for rats to live, so that can be gotten rid of. Then the weeds, it's just weed eater and Roundup really hit that hard.
Did you catch anything in the other older reports on progress on?
I don't.
I mean, truthfully, I don't think we keep the bait out like we say we're going to.
Yeah.
So, Greg gets busy and he's got Reed busy, and we've got committees here.
That could
Not
be
all the
something
time, but
we could tag on to the cleaning schedule every week.
Just keep constantly spraying the weeds and keep constantly bait out. It should get ahead of it eventually. It'll take some time, but.
yeah. Okay.
Actually, I think the rat problem is a lot better than it used to be.
Of course,
We
we're out
didn't
there.
we didn't have much rat problem once we got rid of the outside pigs here,
Yeah.
until they tore down all the outside facilities at the swine teaching farm. When they started doing dirt work for the new facilities over there, they just flew in here. They moved. I used to go out here to the feed bins when the Farron house was running the nursery, and there'd be 40 of them climbing the lattice on the bins every morning when you went out there. So you couldn't leave any feed around. And of course, we had outside sows. They lived in the bedding and stuff. So we've knocked them back. The little white 2-inch tubes down along the finisher, those are all bait stations down there, and they work pretty well. But I'll have to be the first to admit we probably don't keep as much bait in as we probably should, or check as often as we should. So we'll just have to keep after it.